Okay, here we are previewing Clarke's sale this Sunday, February the 16th, starts at 11 a.m. We are loaded. Okay, first of all, we have lots of marble sculpture. We have this wonderful fountain. Water comes out there. This is just one of many marble sculptures we have. Over here we have a grouping. They're all getting cold, waiting for the summer. Here we have Pan. Here we have the devil himself with a nice girl. And two classical ladies here. Okay, moving in the main room. Close that door to make it a bit warmer for us. Okay, we are absolutely loaded, so we're going to have to move very fast. We have nice carpets in the sale, starting off with this Harries here. Unusual, but a very rare lot we have. These two look like snakeskin box cases, presentation cases. These are Sheraton Pipes, very rare. They are 9 carat, wonderful for any of those pipe smokers they'll know. Underneath it, sitting atop this table, is this sort of transitional between, I suppose, Art Nouveau and arts and crafts. Nice with the paint border, the nice dovetailing in there. And the mid-century, we have two Parzinger cabinets, very similar, one with more doors than the other, starting off with this one here. And moving over to this side, we have lots of great bronzes from Long Island. We have a pair of these Barbadienne. Look at the wonderful gilding on these. Signed Barbadienne. Nice size. Below it, from the same estate, pair of marble top pedestals, nice thick bronze work on them, probably Barbadienne as well, but we didn't look for a signature. Following through with more marble sculpture. This came from the Long Island estate, wonderful, by Pasquale Romanelli. Nice big size, nice condition. Was kept inside the house. Before we move inside, we have these two. Look at this large bust here. This was done by an artist called Worksbach down in Long Island. This one here, it's by Feeney, I believe. German sculpture. Wonderful sort of period looking nude lady. In the main room, here we go. Look at this, absolutely loaded. Here, signed Gallet, set of nesting tables. Nice low estimate of 1,000 to 15 on those. We have a couple of weapons in the sale. Of note, we have this, what they call a wheel lock rifle, probably 18th century or 17th or 18th century. I believe it's estimated 1,000 to 15. We have the Schwarbach sword, Persian. That's probably gold inlay on it. Okay, to the smalls case, we're going to try and go through as much as we can. We have wonderful Wedgwood. We have wonderful Lalique. We have Berry bronze. We have Judaica. We have these wonderful bronze little dogs. Moving right along over here, we have a Bergman bronze, nice size, nice rare one there. We have Sevres, we have B&G. We have this quite a rare bronze by Jacob Epstein here. We've mid-century bronzes in the sale. Sevres. Below here, a wonderful sort of arts and craftsy looking pair of bronze mounted urns. Here in the Asian feel, a bronze mounted urn. Alongside of bronze owls, probably Vienna. Over here we have more Sevres, more art glass, dome. This one here is particularly nice, sort of Murano, but very different to see that Art Nouveau, Art Deco decoration on it. Here we have a vase by Taglia Pietra. More Art Deco, Meissen, more bronzes down here. Of note, this bronze here by William Zorak. Prayer, Man in Prayer, nice big size. We also have a William Zorak's plaque here. They both came from a Bronxville estate. Signed down below. Okay, and here, once again, another piece of Taglia Pietra. Nice Limoges bowl, lots and lots of stuff. Look at the mid-century as we walk along. We have this teak rosewood, or teak wall unit. This wonderful Harvey Prober cabinet. We have more Harvey Prober. We have lucite lighting. We have this very nice mid-century cabinet here. Has a white marble top sits on it. Around this table we have 8 nice chrome chairs, sort of in the style of Milo Baumann. I can't pass by these Tiffany lamps without telling everyone that in March, on March the 22nd, we have a sale with 6 absolutely wonderful Tiffany lamps and a big collection of René Lalique. This one here is a Lotus. The one over there is a laburnum. It's a floor lamp. Okay, now let's continue on this sale. We have Art Deco clocks, Art Deco lighting. We have our usual sprinkling of used furniture. This is a nice Baker piece. Look at this big bronze bust here. Sevres urns. We have this nice Louis XV1 style with the original needlepoint, nice chair. More Danish modern here, nice rosewood table. Sitting atop this, look, a wonderful, came from Long Island, wonderful large pair of Sevres urns. Here we have one of two Paul Evans beds. Look like they're single beds, but we have a pair of them. We have arts and crafts lighting. We have, I'm jumping you all over the place. We have two wonderful large Venetian style mirrors, came from upstate, actually up in Connecticut. More bronze, pair of these candelabra. Over here from Queens, look at this, we have a pair of these finely carved. The man who owned these brought them all the way from Georgia. And he had them each side of his sofa. Okay, here from Ridgefield, Connecticut. These are really, age-wise, I don't know, are they 30 or 40 years old, but really wonderful quality pair of candelabra torchère type things. Patinated bronze with beautifully faux decorated bronze base, one piece, really nice. Here we have our usual, a nicely carved walnut table there with the big claw feet. Sitting on top of this, excuse me, and we have a lot of interest in this, wonderful large piece of Sevres, magnificent bronze work on it, enamel work here, beautifully decorated all the way down here. Wonderful big size, a lot of interest in that. Okay, we are getting there. More, we have pairs of Asian modern commodes. Moving down here, we're going to go down the middle of the room. We have this signed Ardelucci Triennale lamp for the mid-century people. We have these Warren Plattner style chairs. Here another bronze sculpture. Into the middle section here we have this this marble figure by Cesare Lapini. Beautiful quality. Alongside that, a nice pair of tiger's eye style lamps. More mid-century, we have Harvey Prober sofas. We have this glass coffee table, and we have this wonderful bronze violin back in the sale as a result of a non-pair, and we do put his name on the sale for you. Armand Armand. More mid-century chairs, this wonderful large, no listing on this artist, but really beautiful, nice large bronze of a ballerina. Came from Bronxville. Over here we have more Parzinger. And you just have to get an idea of the size of this Giorgio Zenaro. Beautiful abstract bronze. Nice big size, Italian, mid-century. We have a lot of Linea Rosette in the sale. We're going to slip along here this way. We have a nice we have two, not a pair, two deer, life-size deer. Nice big size, but actually beautiful quality. Goes with the large sort of marble sculpture we have outside. So let's focus a bit more on the large stuff. We have this has good age, wonderful patina. Look at this, the size. Nice with a bird in his hand. A bird in the hand is worth two, as they say in the bush. Speaking of which, let's go over here. Sorry, I'm running you all over the place. We have this other wonderful bronze with the big eagle seated at the foot. It was probably a lamp at one stage, but it's not wired up for one now. And then I'm going to finish off right here with this, one of my favorite pieces in the sale, child's barber chair. Look at the carved and painted wooden horse head on it. Really beautiful, wonderful original condition. And with that, there is lots more. I'm sort of confused with my old Irish mind, only handles enough. So please come to the preview. It is Thursday, Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. or from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. and on Sunday, the day of the sale, until 11 a.m. We'll see you then, and don't forget our sale on March the 22nd with all the Tiffany and René Lalique. Thank you.
Hi, Will Schweller here to showcase some of the highlight fine art lots in Clarke Auction's February 16th sale. It's a pretty strong sale, so I need to move really quickly. Starting with this David Hockney lithograph from 1979, titled Celia Amused. It depicts one of Hockney's muses, Celia Birtwell. Here, she's the subject of many of his printed works as well as his paintings, standing next to a flower in a very typical Hockney style, sort of almost sketchy line drawings, even though this is a lithograph. It comes out of a Scarsdale home with an $8,000 to $12,000 estimate. It is an excellent opportunity for collectors to acquire a strong work by Hockney, especially now when his market for paintings is reaching all-time highs for a living artist. To its left, we have two works from a Forest Hills collection, including this small oil on canvas by the French painter Claude Vernard, titled Baignus au Profile, or Bather in Profile. This work has an $8,000 to $1,200 estimate and really showcases Vernard's sort of modernist application of colors, really reducing form down to abstract pattern. And below that, sort of working in a similar style, we have this 1971 painting by the also French artist Marcel Mouly, depicting a figure at a table here. This work has a $400 to $600 estimate and again shows a mid-20th century sort of reevaluation of modernism. Above that, switching to a more American painting, we have this nice oil on board by the social realist Moses Sawyer, a rather classic example of a Sawyer featuring a nude figure against a sort of olive and brown background. This work comes from a collection up in Poughkeepsie and has a $1,000 to $1,500 estimate. In a similar palette here, we have this really exciting portrait by the African-American painter William Billy Jackson. We're proud to offer the first Jackson works at auction. He was trained in Chicago at the Art Institute, School of the Art Institute at Chicago, and worked both in Chicago and Charleston throughout the mid to late 20th century. This work here, a striking portrait in profile from 1962, comes from the artist's family in the Bronx and has an $8,000 to $1,000 estimate. And next to it, we have the second David Hockney from the same Scarsdale collection, also featuring Celia Birtwell. This work is titled Celia Musing, done also in 1979, a bit of a companion piece for the other Hockney. It too has an $8,000 to $1,200 estimate. From the same Forest Hills collection as the Vernard and Mouly, we have this really striking Francisco Zuniga watercolor titled Pensando. It depicts, like much of Zuniga's work, a native Mexican woman here in a rather melancholy pose. It has a $2,000 to $3,000 estimate and has Mexican gallery labels on the back. Here relisted from an earlier auction, we have this Baroque oil on canvas by the Italian painter Andrea Casali, depicting Joseph of Technicolor Dreamcoat fame, interpreting the dreams of the pharaoh's head baker and butler. This work comes out of a Scarsdale collection, and this go-round has a $3,000 to $5,000 estimate. And up here above the door, we have one of two small, nice, charming little landscapes by the American painter Connie Hayes. Hayes lives and works up in Rockland, Maine, and is known for her sort of atmospheric depictions of the mid-coast Maine. This is one of two oils on canvas lotted together with a $1,000 to $1,500 estimate. And if you're able to swing over here to this door, we have the second of the two pieces, sort of capturing estuaries in Maine in sort of as the sun goes down with the really beautiful purple sky there. I'm going to fly down this gallery wall to showcase the breadth of work we have in this sale, including prints by Erte, a rather striking abstract by the American painter George Green. This work, titled Late Afternoon Sun, is from 1986 and comes out of a Mount Kisco collection. With a $400 to $600 estimate, the work shows Green sort of taking the two-dimensional picture plane and sort of distorting that, adding layers here, really heavy applications of paint, juxtaposed with these really smooth passages. It's a nice, striking work, very sort of 80s abstract. And above that, we have a rather charming photograph by Guy Laliberté, who is the founder of Cirque du Soleil and one of the few civilians rather, to get to go to space. This is a photograph taken in 2009 of land formations in Algeria. This work comes out of a Bronx collection, has a $600 to $900 estimate, and is accompanied with a book published by Laliberté of his trips to space titled Gaia. And next to that, we have a second Erte. Just classic Art Deco foil serigraph. And down here we have from a Pelham collection this rather charming oil on panel by the Mexican painter Lilia Carrillo. Carrillo is primarily known for her abstracts as well as sort of like Mexican folk painting. This piece here shows her working in sort of a faux European mode, almost channeling Chagall with a sort of dreamlike, fairy tale scene. The work is signed Felicia Gross. Gross was a Czechoslovakian sort of alternate name that Carrillo used to sell her work commercially in the 60s. And if you excuse that, you can see on the back of the painting here an abstract, which is much more in keeping with Carrillo's body of work. This charming double-sided painting has a $2,000 to $3,000 estimate. To its right, we have a paper sculpture, which actually is meant to go horizontally, but is arranged to be hung vertically. So if you go to our catalog, you'll be able to see the work as it's originally intended. By the British sculptor Anthony Caro. Caro is one of the more important, or most important sculptors of the 20th century and is generally known for rather large architectural pieces, but in the 70s and 80s worked in paper creating these reliefs that show his interest in form, pattern, and sort of three-dimensionality. This piece comes out of a New York City collection and has a $1,000 to $1,500 estimate and has Andre Emmerich gallery labels on the back. From the same Scarsdale collection as the David Hockneys, we have this rather large and impressive abstract by the late New York-based painter Stuart Hitch. From 1977, this piece is titled Red Bar and shows, as you might guess, a red bar. This painting has a $3,000 to $5,000 estimate. This painting has a $1,500 to $2,500 estimate. Above that, to the left, we have a small abstract by William Billy Jackson, the same painter that I spoke of in the first gallery. This piece is from the mid-1960s and comes out of the same familial collection in the Bronx. It has a $600 to $900 estimate and is a really strong example of mid-century African-American abstraction. To its right, we have a sort of abstracted figural painting by the American painter Walter Quart. This comes out of a Manhattan collection and is one of 5 Quarts in the sale, all of which sort of are done in the same mode, largely negative space with really gestural brushwork to delineate space. This painting has Guggenheim label galleries, or Guggenheim Museum galleries on, Guggenheim Museum labels on the back. To its right, we have a small mixed media on paper by the African-American abstractionist Al Loving. This work comes out of a New York collection and has a $1,000 to $1,500 estimate. It's a really nice sort of domestically scaled work. On the other side of the gallery television here, we have a strong abstract oil by the Mexican-Filipino-American painter Romeo Tabuena. From 1971, this work comes from the same Forest Hills collection as the Zuniga and the French paintings in the front gallery, and is sort of classic Tabuena, working in these pinks and purples to depict either Mexican or Filipino subject matter in a really abstracted manner. Popping over here, sorry to keep chugging along the wall, we have a rather nice oil on canvas landscape by the 20th century French painter Louis Nilliot, coming out of a Petaluma, California collection, no less. This Nilliot shows the artist working in the mid-20th century in a sort of neo-Fauvist style, really charmingly depicting the various colors of a summer day in the French countryside. Below that, we have a strong 19th century landscape showing a more academic mode. We have some old master paintings depicting Susanna and the Elders, as well as the Nativity. And to conclude, I'd like to point out this poster, a Whitworth Cycles late 19th century French poster depicting, I think, some just tremendous period dress. You got the figure in the +4s here for riding his bike, as well as sort of a fun variety of female figures with period headgear looking down over the wall. This magnificent poster is one of a couple from a New Rochelle collection that we are pleased to offer in this sale. This particular poster has a $1,500 to $2,500 estimate. I've only been able to scratch the surface of the works in this sale, so please check out our catalog online. And if you have any questions regarding condition or bidding, please don't hesitate to contact the gallery. And while you're looking at that sale, please do check out our March 22nd auction, which we're already putting together. It's shaping up to be very strong. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Senko, and I'm going to walk you through some highlights for this Sunday's sale. We're going to start here with a beautiful little foliate form cinnabar box. This is carved cinnabar lacquer with a cloisonne inset in the top. It's really nicely done cloisonne, and the lacquer is very detailed, as you'll see here on the sides. We've got these lotus blossoms surrounded by more floreate decorations, and then a more geometric decoration around the lip of the box. There are a couple of areas of damage to this, a couple areas of restoration, but nothing overly obvious. All in all, a really nice piece. The estimate on this is $1,000 to $1,500. This is a beautiful little pair of carved agate Mughal style bowls. Lovely little pair, one of my favorites in the sale actually, with an estimate of $500 to $700. Very simple, very delicate, really just sort of refined and exactly what you would expect out of the Mughal style. Moving on, this is a really nice little carved coral vase. It's very delicately carved. On the front here, we've got these pine trees with birds, and then on the back side, this really delicately carved bamboo. You can see exactly how deep the carving is. It's fully reticulated. Really nice little piece. There was some damage to the lid, so we've got a couple of pieces missing, but overall, lovely little carving. Estimate on this is $1,000 to $1,500. Moving on, we've got a little pair of Jade Carvings. Both of these are slightly reticulated, got some depth to the carving here. This one has got flower petals on the outside and formerly had a bird on it, but the bird has lost its head, unfortunately. This little piece is a nice little cup, white jade, very smooth matte finish with these lotus blossoms around the outside and carving to the underside as well. Estimate on this, I believe, is $400 to $600. These little snuff bottles, another one of my favorites, just because they're kind of cute little things. We've got this corn form snuff bottle in this turquoise glaze. A little bit of damage to the mouth here, a hairline fracture. And then this beautiful blue glazed incised moon flask form snuff with these show character to the center, and then the chrysanthemum petals to the exterior. And then finally, a little crackle glazed bottle in this very, very delicate pale blue. It looks almost like a robin's egg. Nice little grouping at $400 to $600. Moving on to another pair of porcelains, we've got this beautiful set of flambe glaze vases. The flambe glaze is made up of a lot of different minerals, and so each glaze comes out very differently. The closer you get, the more detail you start to see. You get these little streaks of pink and blue within this purple and overall deeper red tone to the glaze. Really nice form, very nicely balanced, quite heavy, and overall just very, very nicely done. An estimate on these is $1,000 to $1,500. Here we have a couple of bronzes. We're starting with this little Meiji guy. He's probably from the late Meiji, a farmer smoking a pipe, taking a break from whatever it is he's doing in the fields there. And then to the base, we've got this tiny little mark, which notes that it was made by someone named Seiya. Here we have a beautiful pair of Fu lions, both in bronze, probably early 20th century. Really nice pieces. Overall, a good look to add a little pop of Chinese decor to any interior. This is one of my favorite paintings, although unfortunately it's going to need a little bit of love from whoever purchases it. But It's a really beautiful Japanese landscape, very large. We've got these persimmon trees here that are blossoming and bearing fruit over this really sort of idealistic village. And then here in the distance, just walking into the bamboo forest, looks like we've got a little soldier walking off there, or possibly another farmer. We've got another farmer over here. We've got a signature to the bottom right. Really nice piece, but again, due to the condition issues, we've got a fairly conservative estimate of $400 to $600 on this one. Underneath that, another fairly large piece. I'm not going to unroll this fully, but we've got a painted tapestry that features, I believe, Taoist gods, or possibly some Buddhist gods. There's a lot of crossover in there between them. Up at the top of the painting, we've got a moon and a sun up there, which is something you might more typically see with Taoist iconography. But then you have this esoteric figure with many arms in the center. So again, a lot of crossover between the two. Very interesting to see sort of how different people interpret it. And then to the back, a little inscription that notes that it was made under the Dalguang Emperor. Whether or not that's actually the case or whether it's an apocryphal inscription, we're not sure. But all the same, lovely piece, good age, little bit of damage. We've got a cigarette burn or some similar bit of damage there, but overall nice piece. We're going to finish this off with a couple of Japanese prints, some in the more traditional style. This is by Chikanobu. I love this little diptych. It's got really nice colors here. And I like this little brocade printing to the exterior where we have the publisher's mark down the side. This is just loosely mounted, just tacked in the corners underneath the mat, together with a Toyokuni print, also loosely tacked in the corners, but overall pretty good condition and nice colors. Here we have one of the Yoshitoshi 100 aspects of the moon prints. This print, underneath, we have a publisher's mark in red, some seals, and those are all pictured on the website. Finally, we've got a pair of Leonard Fujita prints. Both of these, a little rough condition. We've got some foxing and some toning to them, but overall, nice little whimsical prints. That's going to be it for our highlights for the Asian works of art. If you have any other questions, you can see everything on the website. You can shoot me an email, ask for a condition report or some photos. If not, we'll see you on Sunday.
Hi, and welcome to our auction preview of jewelry and silver for February 16th. I'm going to begin here with this monumental 950 French silver Edmond Tapered wash basin and urn. You can just see the really beautiful silver work here. So we have this dolphin's head, and then there's a foliate design to the handle. It's really just so beautiful. The interior of this bowl is also just magnificent, and the monumental size is very nice. This is estimated at $2,200 to $2,400. Next we have another beautiful example of craftsmanship in silver. This is by S. Kirk & Son, and so this is 19th century, and you can just see the beautiful repoussé floral work on this piece. Also the really nice spout to the piece here. Another French silver piece, so this is 800 silver, so it's this nice hinged box, decorative, and this is by Tapered Frere, and this is 800 silver French. This is a 19th century English silver teapot, very similar craftsmanship to the repoussé work of the Clarke, but this is English silver, and you can see the genre scenes here, floral finial, and again, the beautiful repoussé work throughout. Continental silver, so this is a pair of 915 Spanish silver pheasants. So we have the female pheasant and the male pheasant. This one's really so beautiful. They're matched, so they're a later marriage of pieces, but just beautifully crafted with the silver and the vermeil or gilt silver finish. Next, we will move on to this WMF silver plate wine cooler. An interesting piece here with the babies eating clusters of grapes. And also this is an oxidization process that is intentional to turn the silver into this sort of gray color opposed to silver plate, which can also mimic the silver of sterling or English silver or some variant of silver. But this is estimated at $300 to $500, beautiful Art Nouveau handles, an interesting German silver plate piece. Here we have a pair of Chinese silver and enamel decorated cranes. So you can just see the beautiful enamel work here, the purples and blues, coral cabochon to the head with tiger's eye eyes. This guy unfortunately fell off of his base, but he can be reapplied. There would be some soldering required, but these two together at $300 to $500. One of our early or late 19th century Gorham silver pieces in the sale is this beautiful late 19th century. It was probably for cigarettes, but this two-part vessel with the central figure, really nice early Gorham marks. This is estimated at $800 to $1,200. And moving on to some flatware, we have this English Crichton silver flatware set. Really nice pieces here. All of this together at $800 to $1,200. And one of my favorite silver lots in this auction is this Gorham Versailles flatware service. A nearly complete service. If you just take a look, this is one of my favorite patterns. Just the figural handles, a lot of them are different figures. So if you just take a look at a few pieces, not that you can see it very well, but there are photographs on our website, and this is estimated at $4,000 to $6,000. Here we have a nice American sterling tea service. So all the pieces all together, really quite nice with a floral design. And this is at $1,200 to $1,500. Here we have a really nice pair of 950 silver water jugs or water pitchers. So what happened here is one is 950 French silver, and then a second was made to duplicate the first so that they would have a pair. But they're incredibly well matched, absolutely stunning, and they're estimated at $900 to $1,100. Here we have 4 matched tapered English Tiffany & Company gilt silver or Vermeil candlesticks. Really beautiful from Bedford Estate, and these 4 are estimated together at $2,000 to $3,000. And one of the stars of this sale, and absolutely an honor to be selling here, is this late 19th century Gorham Punchbowl. It's absolutely stunning. I don't know if pictures can even do this justice. So we have beautiful grape clusters applied to the sides of this bowl. Nice scroll work to the feet. It is hand hammered. We have these scrolling tendrils or vines applied. Just the attention to detail on this piece is absolutely stunning. You can see the hand hammering to the interior along with the gold wash. Early Gorham marks, late 19th century. And what makes this absolutely even more phenomenal than it is standing alone is that it does come with the matched Gorham sterling hand hammered ladle. Again, with the applied grape clusters. Absolutely a rarity to find them together. And just for informational purposes, there's a very similar Gorham Punch Bowl illustrated in the Carpenter Gorham Sterling book. So not exactly the same, but very similar. Just makes it all the more interesting. This is estimated at $3,000 to $5,000. And moving on to an absolutely incredible concho belt. Monumental in size. I'll just put my hand next to here so that you can see. It's almost as big as my hand. Unusual to find a concho belt in this size, and the craftsmanship is absolutely stunning. Unfortunately, there are a few little turquoise pendants missing, but overall, absolutely incredible at $2,000 to $3,000. We actually have an outstanding collection of Southwest jewelry, including all of these belts. So these are all by the same artist. So this kind of concho form. So shape form, these are bison, and then an interior scene of cachinas or whatever it might be, some ceremonial scenes, and just various sizes. Next we have these are Spiny oyster shells, and then they have the applied chip turquoise, which is really nice. It's unusual. I mean, these Spiny oyster shells are just absolutely stunning in their variations of color. You know, the natural imperfections that are just absolutely beautiful in all of this Native American or Southwest jewelry. And then we also have turquoise concho belts with the iconic feathers that are used in a lot of this style of jewelry and accessories. And so I'm going to skip over to some fine jewelry and then come back to more of our collection of Southwest. We have two 14 karat gold rope twist necklaces. We have some deco bracelets or belle epoque. So this is platinum and diamonds with some synthetic sapphires. From the same estate is also this platinum and diamonds. So we have the rounds and the marquee. Each are estimated at $500 to $700. Here we have a lady's Hamilton watch. So quite a bit of diamonds here. And you can see that the diamonds do continue onto the line bracelet. And this is Hamilton, and this is estimated at $1,200 to $1,500. This is one of two deco rings. So really, the deco filigree 14 karat gold work, and then the central line of diamonds. It's really quite nice in the elongated form. These are artisan signed 18 and 22 karat gold with boulder opals. That's what this artist Jennifer Khaled is known for. So she works a lot with opals. She works in, I believe, New Mexico, out west, and these are estimated $800 to $1,200. Here we have another nice vintage ring. So it's 14 karat gold with a central diamond weighing slightly over a carat with the pave diamonds surround, and this is estimated $800 to $1,200. These are a pair of absolutely stunning earrings. So they are synthetic rubies with the pave diamond surround, estimated at $300 to $500. But I just love cabochons. I love the color. They're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. They have to be turned into clips, to pierced ears, but that's minor. Vintage Tiffany & Company 14 karat gold ruffled and fluted earrings. We have this suite. So it's a nice 18 karat gold cocktail ring with a central cabochon flanked by faceted stones and a pair of near matched 14 karat gold earrings. So just really similar stylistically. And I'm going to move these two closer to each other. So we have these two pair of 18 karat gold checkerboard earrings, one with onyx and one with mother of pearl. Each set is estimated at $800 to $1,200. This pair of 18 karat gold signed earrings, I wasn't able to determine who the signature is by, but nice faceted stones. The craftsmanship is really nice, just the way these stones are set. The backing is nice, estimated at $400 to $600. 18 karat gold and mabe pearl earrings, they are signed. I believe the artist is Libby, but I couldn't find anything on them, so you are able to take a look yourself, and they are estimated at $500 to $700. This is a really interesting ring, so butterscotch amber, set in Polish silver, and it is signed. The signature is MG and kind of a tiered signature, but I'm not able to figure out who that is either. This is estimated at $300 to $500. Just beautiful natural inclusions, just a nice statement ring. Another statement ring or cocktail ring in this sale is this 18 karat gold and turquoise ring. It's beautiful, it's a little small, but there's a sizer inside that can be removed. And this is estimated at $600 to $900. We have this pair of 14 karat gold hand hammered earrings. So if you can just take their kind of just beautifully made, and this is in the style of Henry Dunay. These are estimated at $400 to $600. Here we have a men's watch. So this is a Hamilton Thin-O-Matic, and it's 14 karat gold. Just a nice classic vintage watch. Probably needs a new band, but the watch itself is in good condition. And here we have a single strand pearl necklace of individually knotted pearls with a nice closure here with the diamonds and the pearls. This was given a value of $15,000 a few years back, and it's here to sell at $600 to $900. Really a nice, the pearls are a nice size, nice luster, etc. And then also from the same estate, we have this pair of platinum and 14 karat gold drop earrings. They're stunning. They're absolutely beautiful. They're not too big. They're just the right size. The diamonds are of a nice quality. Look at the sparkle and the brilliance. Nice pearls, and these were estimated at $10,500. These are here to sell at $15,000 to $2,500. And moving on to more pieces from our Southwest collection, we'll start here. These two necklaces are together, and they are Heshi beads. So these kind of disc form beads, variation in color in this, and then here we have the Heshi beads with the turquoise nuggets. These two are together at $300 to $500. A large turquoise necklace, I mean, what a statement this could make in the summer or if you're traveling. And then again, these are Spiny oyster shells. And then there's some black and white highlighted stones. Really quite nice. This is a multi-strand coral necklace, and this is by Federico Jimenez. So it's actually a Mexican artist, and it's just beautiful. Just the fluidity to this necklace is just stunning. This is estimated at $600 to $900. These two pieces together, this is signed. There's a whole inscription on the back and all of this nice, it's almost tesserae. It's almost similar to like a micro mosaic. the way that this is formed, but on the back there's a whole inscription on who made it. So it's Zuni, it's really quite interesting. And it's being sold together with this bear claw, silver, turquoise nugget, coral, and tooth necklace. I don't know what animal this tooth came from, but I don't want to make contact with this guy in the woods of either owner. So these two are together. This is another grouping of just Southwest kind of decor. This is by Susie James. We have some circular pendants. This came off of a box, but it was just really quite nice with the bezel set coral. And then this is again by Federico Jimenez. Unfortunately, this piece is missing, but maybe somebody can find something to stick in there because it's beautiful. It's beautifully made, easel back frame, all signed. And we have these two large cuff bracelets. So we have the onyx and the turquoise, really nice. Okay, and here we have this beautiful silver Southwest style necklace with the opal. So we have this kind of Naja form pendant, but it's also kind of it's influenced by a Victorian swag necklace, which is what I really like. So it's this combination of two entirely different styles and two entirely different time periods, but it is here to sell at $300 to $500. And here we have another pair of Federico Jimenez. These are absolutely beautiful. Turquoise and onyx. They're just the best statement earrings. And then this is just a grouping of Federico Jimenez earrings. So there's 3 pair, again, turquoise and onyx. And then this is absolutely beautiful. So all of these bezel set turquoise pendants of various sizes and shapes. And then we have 4 pendants with inlay. So if you can just take a look, the craftsmanship that went into inlaying, so they had to cut out from the turquoise this form and then inlay it with this intricate design of these Kachina figures, and this is signed by Picasso. All the details of him are available online. We have 2 gold pendants here, so again, this is a spinning pendant, which is always neat. So we have the sun, and then this bird, and then this one has Kachina figures, and they are set in 14 karat gold. So then we have this oversized buckle, but what makes this kind of cool is that I've set it up so that I could take it apart, is this pendant. So it's kind of this gun form pendant, which is kind of cool. So it just sits in there, it's removable, so you can just put it back in there. It can be worn as a pendant, I guess, also. And then we have this lot, which is really nice. So we have this Kachina figure, and then it's accompanied by this stamped silver necklace, and these are actually referred to as desert pearls. So this stamped design, and he just fits right nicely on there. And this is signed, but again, I wasn't able to figure it out because it's kind of this lightly etched signature, but he's beautifully made. And then I'm going to end here with this fetish necklace. So these fetishes of various animals, various stones. We have abalone, turquoise, spiny oyster, and then again, a spiny oyster shell pendant, which I really like. And this is just a fraction of the Southwest jewelry available for this sale, and also a fraction of the silver and other estate fine jewelry. Check it out, check out our website, and we hope to see you February 16th.